Welcome back to another episode of the House of Aquarius podcast. It is your favorite Aquarius here, Make a Wish, here to bring you back for another episode. So, I was talking to someone again today, and they asked me a question. They're like, yo, could you do this side and that side? I said, oh, this side and that side? That sounds like a pretty good idea. Let me do that. Because I haven't touched the same sign ones yet. And if you guys saw my other podcasts about this, I'm sorry, not my podcast, my TikTok about this. I don't believe two of the same sign can actually have a long-lasting relationship. So let's talk about our first ones today. Right now I got a little walkie right now. Get my skateboard life for me, you know what I'm saying? Car in the shop for a moment, inspections, all that good stuff. But back to the essentials. Today we're going to talk about the Virgos. Virgo on Virgo. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Hoo, hoo, hoo. This one sounds saucy and spicy. Let me tell you what. First things first. Both earth signs, okay? Both earth signs. So essentially, just that alone gives people the credence to believe that they actually can have a long-lasting relationship. Like I said before, earth signs are all about stability and making things happen for their benefit in the long run. So what happens if you have two earth signs, like, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Taurus, the Cap, Sagittarius, I can't believe it's Sagittarius, Virgo, the Cap. I walk around, people are looking at me and stuff, so it's funny. But like I said, just imagine Virgo and Virgo. So, I didn't do the sun sign one about this yet, but everyone already knows that, everyone should know, Virgos are fun. I love me some Virgos. Virgos are very intellectual, very methodical, and very critical. One word that comes to mind when you talk about a Virgo is discriminative. And we don't mean that in a bad sense, because the word itself, it actually just really means like critical, like vastly critical. So, one thing Virgos like to do is criticize. And we have two people under the same blanket being critical. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Let me say it like this, okay? In all honesty, sun sign by itself, there actually is a very good standing for well, actually, it's one thing. It's hard to say. I'm not too sure if, in the short term, two Virgos will actually have that direct appeal to each other, because they can have some very good, high intellectual conversations. They're very observant and pointing things out. So they can have a good time on the surface. I mean, let's have a high sexual intensity towards each other. But I honestly don't believe that there are two characteristics, or the characteristics of the Virgos can actually be really, really appealing in the short term. Great conversation, like I said. Highly smart, very methodical. So, not much coming to mind right now in regards for the short term. Long term, though, there is a lot more benefits. Like I said, they're both about stability. One of the biggest things about Virgos in a relationship is that they like to be able to solve problems of the other person, which is a great reason why they work well with being with other signs. Because everyone has problems. Every sign has problems. And being with other people being from another sign, it's easier to critique them and give them the proper, motivation to get better. Solve the problems they have going on with these people. And on that note, Virgos know that they have problems, but that's tend to be a one-way street. It's okay for them to criticize others, maybe be discriminative, and try to help people out, but it's not something that they always openly want to return back to them. Because Virgos are sensitive as well too. So like I was saying, in the long term, that could be a problem. Having two people very critical of each other all the time, having a whole bunch of possible arguments. It may not be of substance. It could be anything. I can't really say it can't be anything. It could be small things, it could be big things, but they're having problems communicating, and we're getting to argue with each other. That could be a big problem, especially in the long term. Like, one of the best things that Virgos do for other signs is to help bring them down to earth, to help tether them. So wherever the wild shit like a fire sign might do, or wherever wild dreamy shit water sign can have, or the same thing with earth sign, some other wild dreamy shit they have, or always want to be social out and about, to help tether that shit and bring them in. But we have two Virgos who don't have that. They already have a baseline stability to develop themselves. They're going to just improve upon constantly nitpicking each other to be better versions of themselves under their own Virgo eyes, under their own preference, So I said that's a man. Like I said, this is strictly some signs. So if we take other parts of the birth chart into account, yeah, there's obviously a lot more sway going either direction. Because someone could have a Gemini Venus, or Aries or Sagittarius Venus. Those kind of things are why make things a little more interesting. But Virgos like the drama and they like to create the problems with other people. Man, like I want to dive a little deeper into this, but it's really hard to, because I really don't believe that Virgos actually have that enough in the short term or the long term to actually be really appealing to each other. Outside of looks, because anyone can be fascinated with someone's looks. Someone can fall in love with someone's looks all the time. That's fucking icing on the cake. But when it comes to cake though, this cake's critical. If it's not that double, triple layer with the ice cream on the side, the bananas on the top, they ain't having that. Oh man, I feel like I'm kind of half-assed this one. But then when I think about it, I don't feel like I'm half-assed this one either. Because I don't really think there's too much that Virgos can have for each other. That's a rough one. Man. Before I actually release this one, I'm going to go home and double check it. I make sure I don't add any extra to this, back of the side of this. Because this is Virgo and Virgo. I love me some Virgos, but I don't think Virgos work for each other. I can always be wrong. If you have a situation where your love for both Virgos and you guys are going strong and not trying to choke each other and be critical all the time and are happy, like really happy, sure, let me know in the comments below. If you know a situation where two Virgos have been together for a long time, let me know. That's great. Prove me wrong. I love to be proved wrong here. Because this one, no. My advice currently, at the moment, no. Run and hide from each other, Virgos. Love each other from a distance, or in short term only. But this time, though, I got a nice hill, so it's time to go. Like I said, let me know in the comments below. I appreciate y'all. Stay free, my friends. Be you.